My name is Phyllis Nash, guys. I'm excited this evening to be here to kick out our Flat Belly Lifestyle 2.0. I am the Chief Sales Officer here at Wakanda, as well as one of the 4 co-founders. And yes, I am flat out, you heard me, excited about what we have and what you're going to hear tonight. And so what I'm going to do right now is switch out my screen so that we can get this show on the road. So this is the Flat Belly Lifestyle 2.0. It's our plant-based for your blood type. That is quite a mouthful, but that's exactly what we are. And our vision here at Wakanda is that we are a movement. We never started out to be a company. We exist to help end the negative stigma that has caused communities around the world to suffer and lose out on the health and wealth benefits of the cannabis plant. And our mission is that we are the catalyst to stir that movement that inspires people to confidently move into the legal space as entrepreneurs, formulators, and investors, evoking the courage and strength of people to take back their health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. Now let's take a look. These are my other 3 co-founders here at Wakanda. And we start off with our CEO, our visionary, Melissa Boston. I've known her now over 14 years, and she made a huge impact when I first met her. She had just fired her boss from corporate America, earning 6 figures, but she did it because of time freedom and not being able to spend time with the most important people in her life. She went into the direct selling business, social selling. Guys, she became MVP of 3 companies, as well as built teams in over 46 countries. But back in 2017, she was asked by a mentor of hers to come and be the CEO of his cannabis company. Hey, she said, no way. You know, she was a VP of DARE, drunk drivers. I get this mixed up, but she was against cannabis, guys. But what she was is open-minded, and she did listen to a call and found out the benefits of the plant. And voila, here we are at Wakanda. In 2019, we had Wakanda, and it was founded on April 4/20, 2019. And so she is our visionary, our CEO, our pillar of legacy. And then Dr. Rita McGuire, our chief medical officer. Hey, she's been an OB-GYN here in the Chicagoland area for over 30 years, having birthed over 8,000 babies. Well, guys, you know, we've been saying 8,000 for 3 years. So I'm gonna at least bring it up. I'm gonna get the correct number. I'm not gonna bring it up to 8,000, 9,000. I'm gonna get the correct number from her. And then I'm gonna tell you over 8,000 babies. But she is not only that, but she is a expert in the cannabis field. She was one of the doctors that was called down to testify in front of the state legislature before they legalized adult use marijuana here in Illinois. Myself, I'm a lifelong entrepreneur. I've been in the restaurant industry, the real estate industry, and the travel industry. And guys, I am known as the midwife of Wakanda because I absolutely love helping you birth the possibilities that you're all pregnant with. And then our own president, Dr. Patricia Van Pelt, who is our pillar of wealth, also an evangelist and a almost 4th term state senator here in Illinois. And now our medical advisory board, headed up by none other than our own Dr. Rita McGuire. I get flat out excited and am so proud of this medical board. You know, we have every walk of life in the health industry represented here. We have social workers, chiropractors, MDs, PharmDs. We have psychiatrists, psychologists, nurse practitioners. We have nurses, all knowing the wonderful benefits of CBD and helping to spread that word to their community. Each and every one of their patients and people that they come into contact are recommended our phenomenal CBD products here at Wakanda. So let's take a look at the industries that CBD is participating in. See, CBD is so versatile that you'll see more and more and more industries that this plant will impact. But when we started in 2019, we started with CBD. We have now added Delta 8, and along with our essential oils and our topicals. See, CBD and Delta 8, they are a $7 billion industry. We also have added hair care. It's an $87 billion industry. Skincare, $190 billion industry. Essential oils is a $20 billion industry. And when the pandemic came, we had to pivot. We had to bring you health and wellness, building up that immune system. And that's a $3.4 trillion industry. Now, our weight loss industry, guys, is a $288 billion industry. But now we have added Weight Loss Fat Belly Lifestyle 2.0, which you're here to hear more about tonight. So what I want to do before I bring on our CEO is to just tell you my experience with this phenomenal Flat Belly Lifestyle 2.0. I was able to get rid of waste and weight in the tune of 14 pounds, 6 inches all over my body. And then what excites me even more than the weight loss and the cosmetic, the look, was being able to drop my cholesterol 50 points, to also stabilize my blood pressure with no medication. Something the doctor said, Melissa, that I could not do by changing my diet alone. So I know it's a lot of other people out there, Melissa, just like me. And we have something for you. And so I'm going to give you, I told you about her a few minutes ago. This is our CEO. Yes, we started out as strangers over 14 years ago. But guess what? We started out, we became friends, we became family. This is my daughter. This is my mentor. This is my business partner. And that's what you get in this industry. Melissa, take it away.
Wow, Phyllis, first of all, amazing job. I'm just so in awe of everything that you do and who you are. I mean, just look at you, first of all. You are glowing. I mean, you're so radiant since that 21-day cleanse. I mean, you've always been beautiful, but just to have you, like you said, like business partners, but now family, and truly you are like a mother to me. Love you so much and just appreciate you for all that you do. And I'm excited. I don't know if you guys are paying attention tonight, but look at all the people pouring onto this line. Oh my goodness. I mean, Phyllis, we're going to have a record-breaking night tonight.
Yes.
People still come on. Tonight, you actually start off in our waiting room, so we apologize for that, but we want to make sure we keep this call nice and clear. And so I'm going to jump right in because we have such an all-star lineup. I mean, look at the lineup tonight. Oh my goodness, super excited. I cannot wait to introduce all of our special panelists tonight who's going to bring to you the Flat Belly Lifestyle 2.0. But what I want to do first, I'm going to kick it off by sharing our newest video. In fact, this video is now available on YouTube. And after the video, I'm going to drop a little nugget to let you know how you can actually win up to $500 in free prizes. Who would like to win some free product tonight? Okay, well, you have to wait till tomorrow because we're giving it away tomorrow. And after the video, we're going to give you all the details. So here we go.
Less than 5% of people who go on a diet actually achieve long-term results. We believe you are ready to live your best possible life by getting off the diet roller coaster. Eating according to your blood type can make significant changes in your health. More than 2/3 of adults in the US are overweight. Obesity is associated with the leading causes of death worldwide, including diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and some types of cancer. Even if you are at your ideal weight, eating against your blood type puts you at risk for chronic illness and disease. These are devastating reports, and we can change them. But it starts with one fundamental truth. One man's food could be another man's poison. It's time to drop the waste. The Flat Belly Lifestyle is a revolutionary approach to living your best possible life. First, we tailor the program with plant-based food for your specific blood type and to promote a healthy gut. Eating against your blood type creates inflammation, chronic illness, and obesity. Second, we recommend that you take our 15-minute bioscan so that we can help you identify what's happening below the surface. Next, simply choose the right phase for you. For added support, we invite you to join the community of people that are achieving success to inspire you and learn from our experts who support you along the way. Take the pledge today.
Okay, so as promised, now I'm going to spill the beans on how you can win up to $500 in free product. First, we just launched this video on YouTube a few hours ago, and look at that. We've already had over 100 views. Super exciting. In fact, 35 of you have already liked that video. And so here's what you need to do next so that you can win your share in free products. Go to YouTube. And then when you go to YouTube, you want to make sure you visit the Wakanda for Life YouTube page. In fact, in yellow, I've highlighted the link that will take you directly to our page. You have until 5:30 p.m. tomorrow and that Central Time Zone to either like it or make a comment. You can share it as well, but we can only track like and comments. We're going to enter you into a drawing, and then we're going to give out $500 in free Wakanda for Life products. So super excited to share that. Hopefully you've taken a screenshot of this page so you know exactly what you need to do. So my question tonight is, are you ready to live your best possible life? I mean, maybe for you that means traveling. Maybe it means spending more time with your family or just getting your time freedom back. For us, we're super excited because we've realized that it really starts with taking control over your health. You know, we understand that health is so critical more than ever, right? And so with our plant-based for your blood type, what we've identified, there's actually certain foods that based on your blood type could be toxic to your body. And so our team of experts will go through this tonight and so much more. I know some of you might already know your blood type. So if you're a type A, a type B, a type A, B, or O, why don't you hit us up in the chat and let us know what your blood type is. In fact, not only do we want to know what your blood type is, but if you've actually already started the challenge and you've actually lost weight, perhaps you've lost some waist, let us know exactly how many pounds you've dropped since you've decided to go plant-based for your blood type, so that the audience today, so all the guests can see so many people who are achieving these amazing results by simply going plant-based for their blood type. We also want to talk to you tonight about the Bile Scan. In fact, our expert, Dr. Eric Prince, will go through exactly what the Bile Scan is and what it means to you and why you need to get scanned. Because here's the question. First, you need to know your blood type, but you also need to know exactly what's going on inside of your body. And once you figure all that out, it's now time to make a decision. And the decision is decide which phase you want to start. Perhaps you're going to start with our phase 1, and that's really for the beginners, for the person who really doesn't want to make dramatic changes. Perhaps you want to go right in the middle where you go vegan, or perhaps you're ready to jump all the way in and go plant-based where you do the raw program for the next 21 days. And that's our phase 3. What I want to do real quick, we're going to also show you our community. In fact, when we close it out tonight with one of our experts, Willie Mooney, he'll take you through the community and what that means. But what I want to do real quick, we want to share some of the stories of success, some of the results. And so you heard from Phyllis first, her amazing results, but seeing is believing. I mean, look at her extraordinary transformation, her before and after. In fact, we have an update picture of her tonight that I'm going to show as well. And look at Kimma Fleming, 21 days later. I mean, just what an extraordinary testimonial. And Darlene Kemp, She posted her results on Facebook, dropping 14 pounds of waist during those 21 days. And then look at Bernadine out of Massachusetts. I mean, do you know that she's lost over 30 pounds and she's feeling so incredible, and learning how to eat for her blood type has been a true game changer. And look at Marguerite Wright. I mean, I just pulled her testimonial off Facebook about a week ago, and wow, in those 21 days, she dropped 4 pounds of waist. And look at this update picture of Phyllis. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, I'm not going to tell you her age, but you would just, I mean, she looks like someone half her age. I mean, look at her body, just incredible. We are so proud of you and your amazing transformation, Phyllis. I mean, that's just awesome. And then also what happened to your cholesterol. And this is my son, Tariq. He dropped 25 pounds of waist during those 21 days. And I do have an update to share also on his wife, Sharon. And look at this. And in fact, this was her October picture. And look at what happened in January. I mean, when I saw that, I was like, wow. I mean, you have truly transformed. In fact, do you know that since she started back in March, she's actually lost a total of 38 pounds. How incredible is that? And wow, look at Jocelyn Harris. Not only did she start the pledge in order to really take control of her multiple sclerosis, but look at what's happened with her body and how she's transformed and losing so much belly fat. And then Gail King, wow, her before and after, I mean, dropping 30 pounds since April. And then look at Sylvia, wow. I mean, she is just transforming right before our eyes, dropping over 20 pounds. And Gigi, I mean, she's been that inspiration for all of us. Again, I'm not going to give you her age, but dropping over 17 pounds and just inspiring so many people to take the pledge as well. And Anita, I know you're out there as well. When I saw your before and after dropping 55 pounds, more than 4.5 inches off of her waist, lowering her blood pressure and cholesterol, I mean, that is just truly remarkable. And look at our girl, Erica Zachary. We are so proud of you. I mean, just in that 21 days alone, she dropped 10 pounds, but 47 pounds overall. And her husband also decided to join her, dropping 33 pounds. So Troy, we are super proud of you as well. And wow, look at Mary Graham. I mean, when I look at her before and after, I mean, that is just so exciting, dropping 21 pounds, 14% of her body weight, including 9 inches off of her waist alone. I mean, this truly is a game changer. And then Beatrice Foster, wow, we are so proud of you. In fact, she won our all expense paid trip to Jamaica. And look at what's happened to her through various phases. But between the last phase, when she did the 21 days, went from 153 to 134 in 21 days. And so we have more testimonials that you can find online. So visit us via flatbellylifestyle.com, and additional resources and support are also available to you. And so we want you to join us. We want you to take the pledge. In fact, we are pledging to help inspire more than 1 million people over the next 18 months. Join us by knowing and taking their blood type. And so with no further ado, we're going to transition to the next phase of tonight's lineup. In fact, I have the pleasure of introducing our very own naturopath. In fact, Eric Prince, a naturopath, has helped thousands of people reverse chronic disease through diet and lifestyle changes. He was motivated to help people after he couldn't help his grandmother, who died of a heart attack during Thanksgiving in 1979. He also faced his health challenges due to a toxic relationship, eating against his blood type, and over-consuming animal protein. If I go through his quick bio, here's what it is: emergency medicine at Malcolm X College, chemical engineering and psychology at the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana, holistic health and naturopathy under Dr. Layla Africa, Big Ten track and field athlete, Masters track and field athlete, 2011 Masters world champion in the 400 meters. Now he's in training for the 2022 collegiate track and field season. Without any further ado, Eric Prince, if you can please take it away.
Hey, thank you, Melissa. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Okay, I always want to get that check, that sound check. I want to thank you for the introduction. I appreciate everything that you said, because it's a lot of stuff that I've done that can't be on there, but for the most part, that's a general idea of who I am. I want to thank also Phyllis, listening to her testimony. And I've listened to a lot of testimonies before, but sometimes I need to stop and just really appreciate where people are able to get to based upon the decisions that I made also in my life. And so each one of us are accountable for many people that we may not even meet or have met ever in our life. But that's why you have to do for yourself. When you do for yourself, you actually do for others. And I want to thank Dr. Rita for being a great testimony. And I think she wound up changing her diet. I think she became a vegan. And then also Patricia, let's not forget Patricia Van Pelt and her husband, Gene. They actually were one of the first people that actually started this process. I think it was Gene Scott. And then also Phyllis and Lewis were right behind them. And so they actually, and I'm proud is because the founders set the tone for the process. It's like, well, they look at the founders and say, well, are the founders doing it? Yeah, they've done it. Everyone's done it. Melissa's done it. Phyllis done it. Patricia's done it. Dr. Rita's done it. Willie's done it. I mean, I can go down a list. And that's the beautiful part of this, is that everyone's joining into the process in order to experience it, to actually see the evidence that you truly can reverse your biological age. You can reverse your current health state or your current health condition. And no, it's not far-fetched. Once you start this process and program, whatever medication you're on, you actually begin to wean yourself off of it. I've weaned people off multiple medications just within a 3-week period. And don't get me wrong, I'm not telling people in the beginning to stop taking your medication. You know what we're doing? We're having people to monitor their vitals, to monitor their blood sugar, monitor their blood pressure, because these are parameters that let you know if something's going on in the body. But what happens is that once you reach a point and your body is now starting to regulate itself, then it's at that point when the medication starts to really become toxic to the body. And so at that point, it's now responsible, it's now reasonable and common to just begin to wean yourself off and cut it all together. Your medical doctor may say, hey, cut it in half, but remember, this is your body. You're the one that have to make that decision, not us. We're giving you the process that's going to assist you in making that decision. And then you let your doctor know that, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is where I want to go with this. And yeah, you may have some conflict. You may not. There are a lot of good medical doctors out there that follows this holistic process, and they're open to helping you to come off the medication and the pharmaceutical drugs. So that's why this process is so powerful, because it's something that we kind of didn't have before. Most of us were born into what? One system. That one system is the healthcare system that as we know it today. But I like to say this with no disrespect to medical doctors or nurses, because I worked with them. I have a background in emergency medicine, and yes, I delivered some babies. I delivered 2 babies. I delivered one. It was in a clinical situation, but the second one was right off of Hollywood. I had to deliver a baby in the back of a car, and the car was already in the ER bay. So I'm coming in with the paramedic, Chicago Fire Department, and we're inside the ER. And then some guy come in, running in, he say his lines. Hey, my wife is having a baby. We look around like, for the cameras, we don't see any cameras. So this must be real. So me and one of the residents grabbed the OB kit, and we run out to the bay. And sure enough, she was right there in the back, crowning the baby. Of course, she was crowning. You guys know what crowning is. She was crowning. And as soon as we got there, the baby started delivering itself. So we were there to catch it and to cut the umbilical cord. And then, of course, everybody went into the ER. But that was just my wonderful experience as a paramedic. All the rest was a little, gory. But anyway, that was beautiful, just being able to assist life into this world, even if it's an emergency situation, because sometimes we deal with emergencies. There's a place for emergencies. Unfortunately, we're in a world where we're dealing with a lot of emergencies, health emergencies, physical emergencies, emotional emergencies. These are emergencies that at some point have to be, I guess we could say, alleviated. You know, there's too many emergencies that we're dealing with in the society, and one is basically our health. We definitely need to come out of the emergency management mentality. Emergency management, this healthcare system is great at emergency management. This healthcare system is great at trauma. But when you're dealing with a degenerative condition, you have to go holistic. You have to use whole food, and you have to let food become thy medicine. Whole foods become your medicine, because if you're deficient in, let's say, vitamin B6, and through some of my research, I found out that vitamin B6 tends to lead to Parkinson's, then I'm not going to give you medication for the symptoms of Parkinson's. I'm going to find out what you're deficient in, and that's what I'm going to start to give you back. The body knows what to do with it. You just have to give the body back what it needs in order to repair the damage. And so the process is coined age reversal, because it's about reversing your biological age. And who wouldn't want to reverse their age? But here's the trick. It's not necessarily that you're reversing in your biological age, because you really biologically cannot be never older than 10 or 14 or 15 years old, 10 to 15 years old, because your body is fully regenerating within that time frame. So biologically, you can't be that old. Chronologically, that just keeps on going, but that's not predicated on our biology. That's just the movement of planets and the sun. That's not our age. So our age is predicated on how long it takes your pancreas, your bone, spleen, liver, all these to fully regenerate. Once you know how long that takes, then you understand that you're not as old as you think you are. So why do we age the way we do? Because we collectively believe in it. And we also are putting a lot of toxicity into our body. And that's the problem, is that what we're eating is what's making us sick. And it's not the obvious stuff. It's the things that we've been eating all of our life. Beef, pork, chicken, turkey. We all have been eating it, but some of us, may still be eating it now. It's not a problem. No, there's no one here judging anyone. It's a process. It's not easy coming off something that you've been on for a long time. But you must know that eating meat is not mandatory. It's not normal, because see, I have a son, I never fed him meat, and he doesn't miss it. So what that tells me is that the reason we loved meat, we love beef, pork, chicken, and turkey, is because we were fed beef, pork, chicken, and turkey. And so that's why it's so important to understand. And now there are consequences that we can see with biofeedback technology. So the technology itself is showing us what's going on in our body at the cellular level based upon the life we've been living since we were in our prime. That's what the information tells us. So this is called biofeedback technology. Here's the difference, and I'm not going to get too technical with this. The difference is that allopathic medicine, which uses CAT scans, MRIs, X-rays, they're under a different system than quantum physics. Quantum physics is holistic health. When you're under quantum, you're dealing with energy. You're dealing with what the body is emitting. And listen to this. Each one of your cells gives off negative 1.4 volts of energy. Each one of your cells. And a lot of people don't know this, is that each cell gives off energy. But you have 50 trillion cells. Now you do the math. You add the 50 trillion times the 1.4 volts, you're looking at about 70 trillion watts of energy that you emit from your body. Now, see, we think that food gives us energy. Now, food don't give you energy. In fact, food, your body uses energy to break down the food we just killed when we cooked it. That's what you're doing. You're using your body's natural energy to break down the dead food that we just killed, not killed as far as animal, but yeah, that's a part of it too. But I'm talking about killed when we cooked it, because anything you cook, you kill the nutritional value of it to a great extent. So therefore, that's why it's important now to understand how to clean your system out. So understanding how the Bile Scan works, every second of your life, over 100 million cells are dividing every second. So the seconds that just passed, your body is constantly dividing, cells are dividing Organs are moving towards turning over. So you're not stationary. It may look like it if you're sitting still, but you're not. Your body is always in motion, and it's moving and it's moving, and cells are dying, new cells are being born, old cells are dying, new cells are being born. This process within a certain period of time has completed and fully turned and regenerated your full body. Here's the problem. The cells are immortal, but their environment is the toxic place. If your environment is toxic, then the cell's environment is going to suffocate the cells, and that's what causes cellular death. That's what causes cellular malfunction. And wherever that malfunction is where obviously the organ is going to have the issues, or shall I say the signs or the symptoms. We call them alarms. We don't call them signs and symptoms. The reason we call them alarms, because that's exactly what it is. It's an alarm going off to let you know that your liver is clogged. Well, if I give you something to silence that alarm, then I'm ignoring the liver that's getting worse over time. And if you look on the screen, what I mean by worse over time, well, if you ignore the underlying cause because you're treating the alarm, then you're going to go from normal to slightly abnormal, or shall I say mildly abnormal. Well, if the alarm comes back on, which it has to come back on, right? Because we never treated the cause. The alarm comes back on, you treat it again, you shut the alarm off. Then now the cause gets worse, and now you're looking at a moderate abnormality. Now we're in a yellow. Of course, now the alarm is getting louder. So therefore you need what? Stronger medicine, right? That makes sense. No. But you get the stronger medicine, you shut off the alarm, and meanwhile, you never address the cause. So guess what happens? Now the liver is in a severe state. What does that mean? That means fibroids for women. That means an enlarged prostate for men. It means possible hysterectomy for a woman. You see what I'm saying? These are the things that are happening to us because of ignorance. Now we have more information. So with this information, what do we have the ability to do? To reverse the disease process. That's it. See, we don't use the word cure. That's the medical term, because we know that disease is a process. You can't cure the process, you can only reverse it. So when you reverse disease, that gives you the ability now to watch it go back to where it started, which is back to balance. So we want to go from the Bile Scan, we want to go and find out what's going on in our body at the cellular level, and then that's when we want to begin to go into the 3-week regimen. So we want to go into the 3-week process. Now, based upon years and years of scanning, what I've ascertained that it takes time in order to get this. This isn't something that happens with just reading a book. You have to learn from experience. These products that were put together based upon the patterns that I'm seeing throughout the Black neighborhood, the Hispanic neighborhood, the European neighborhood. I'm seeing these patterns, but what I'm seeing in the Black neighborhood is the fact that we're overdosing on animal protein. And that's what's causing our bodies and cells to be clogged up and degenerate. So one of the things that needs to happen is we need to clean out the whole gastrointestinal tract. I'm not talking about a physical colonic. I'm talking about liquid colonic. Liquid colonic, it cleans out your whole tract from your stomach to your small intestines to your large intestines, and whatever's going on in there, whatever blockage, it cleans it right out, just like what? Liquid Drano. Case, that's why I call it liquid colonic, because some of us are severely, constipated, and the sewer system is backed up. And anytime the sewer system gets backed up, just like when it rains, the streets flood. But here's the problem. It's not about streets in your body. It's about organs flooding up with toxins and waste. In other words, the waste is backing up. So if we don't clear that main channel, there is no way the body will fully heal. But when we clear that main channel, also what we want to do in that main channel, we want to clear the mucus out of the main channel. Because if we don't clear the mucus out, nothing is going to be effective in your body. Not the medication, not the nutrients, not the superfood. So we got to clean the mucus out your system. Where does mucus come from? Dairy. Is that something we all grew up doing, drinking, eating dairy? especially in grammar school and high school. We always had those little carton dairy milks. But dairy, believe it or not, cooked food causes a level of mucus in the body. Why? Because human beings were not really created to eat cooked food. We grew up, we lived hundreds of years on a raw live food diet with nuts and grains, but we didn't cook anything. That's why we lived up to 900 years. You get it? We were more alkaline in the beginning. Once we started eating animals, our body became more acidic. And it's been proven that disease cannot survive in an alkaline body, but it thrives in an acidic body. So what are these products? Alkaline, alkaline, alkaline. The regimen is alkaline. The fruits and vegetables, alkaline. Especially, some people say, well, there's some acidic fruits. Yes, acidic before you eat it, but your body actually turns the acid into alkaline inside the body. It's weird the way that happens, but that's exactly what happens. And so once you get the mucus out, of course, you got to kill the parasites because they're feeding on your nutrition. In other words, most of us are deficient because of the years of consuming animal protein and wind up developing parasites in our gastrointestinal lining. You're feeding the parasites, or you're not getting the nutrients through because of the mucus. It's one or the other. So once you clean the mucus out, now you can start to take the superfood into the cells. Now the superfood becomes more bioavailable. It becomes better assimilated. It becomes better absorbed by the body. Now we're correcting what? The B6 deficiency, which led to Parkinson's. So what does that mean for Parkinson's? Now we detour from Parkinson's. And I have a testimony of a brother who did that. He was on his way towards Parkinson's. We scanned him, found out he had a severe vitamin B6 deficiency, corrected the deficiency, detoxed his body. Now he's a vegan and he's living wonderfully. So I know that a lot of this stuff is true, not based upon what I believe or what I read, but based upon what I've experienced. And you cannot discourage experience because that's what a person has experienced. So they can't lie because it's about what they have experienced on this planet. So you're looking at the eliminator, the purifier, and the regenerator, and we are adding an extra product to this process. But for right now, in order to get going on a 3-week process, you want to scan. If you're not local, then you want to send in, a questionnaire. Sometimes we have questionnaires for people who are not here. But bottom line is that you're going to get a regimen, you're going to get recipes, you're going to get everything you need to start becoming your own living testimony. And from there, you teach your family, you teach your friends, and you bring them to where we are. And now you're no longer at this point helpless to saving your family and allowing them to have a healthy life just like everyone else, like my mom. So I'm turning it over. If there's any questions, I'm pretty sure it's getting kind of late, so I don't want to open up no doors around here.
Oh yeah, if they have questions, maybe at the end we can actually go ahead and answer those, because I know that you probably have given them a lot to think about. So thank you for that, Dr. Prince. That was amazing. But we're going to bring up Dr. Rita real quick. She's going to share some more information and actually go into where our CBD products fit into this. And so let me go ahead and bring her up real quick. But Dr. Rita J. McGuire, MD, not only is she an OB-GYN, delivered over, I was about to say 30,000 babies for us, but over 8,000 babies, okay? But she's someone who is the cannabis expert here in Illinois, and we're just so appreciative of all that she does as our Chief Medical Officer, as one of our co-founders, our pillar of health. Dr. Rita, if you can take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Melissa and Dr. Eric Prince. That was amazing. And I am excited to hear that you delivered some babies too, ushering blessings into the world. So I am going to cover phases 1 and 2. Again, this disclaimer you can read very quickly. I know it's getting late, but these statements have not been approved by the FDA. And the information is used for educational purposes. These products should not be used to treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose your condition. Remember to speak to your healthcare professional, loop them in, engage them into this information before using these products. So the family of products, we've talked about the phase 3. We're going to talk about phase 1 and 2. We're going to learn tonight why CBD is a game changer when we think about weight loss. So let's look at CBD from the species point of view. Yes, CBD is coming from the cannabis plant. That plant has two species. One is marijuana and the other is hemp. When you hear about cannabis, the first thing you probably think about is, wait, doesn't cannabis give you the munchies? Wouldn't that make you gain weight? Well, you're going to learn tonight that CBD that we're speaking about is extracted from the hemp species. That's a species that has very low amounts of delta-9, THC, high amounts of CBD, which is the reason why the CBD sourced from the hemp species doesn't give you a high, doesn't give you the munchies, and does not give you the overall weight gain that you may see in those who use marijuana. So CBD has many, many medicinal benefits for the body. We're going to specifically target the anti-inflammatory properties that CBD has, the antioxidative properties, and the fact that it can regulate blood sugar levels. So we're going to talk about CBD as it relates to weight loss. We know that CBD can help with pain, anxiety, and help us sleep. We all may know about that, but we're going to talk about CBD as it relates to weight loss. So there's a lot of research that's being done. And, you know, every single week I'm reading new articles about how CBD on a cellular level can reduce our weight. Well, it does it by so many different ways. One is by reducing the appetite. We're going to learn in 2 slides or less that there are receptors that are in our body, CB1 receptors, that can be overactive, that can have a play in the reason why many of us may be overweight. So CBD reduces the appetite by regulating these receptors in the body. It also converts bad fat into good fat. Well, the bad fat is called white fat. White fat is the fat that stores the calories, it stores all and insulates the organs. And the white fat, when you consume CBD, is turned into brown fat. It's called browning. And that brown fat actually increases our metabolism. It helps to burn fat, and that in turn reduces metabolic disorders like diabetes, like heart disease, high cholesterol, and hypertension. So when we consume CBD, the way it works in the body is through the endocannabinoid system. This is a system that is deemed the most vital regulatory system in our body. It is regulating our metabolism. It regulates our blood sugar, blood pressure. It actually has many organs that's working together in the endocannabinoid system that does that. The heart, the lungs, the liver, the kidney, the spleen, the skin, the pancreas, even our teeth and stomach has receptors that are looking for CBD and other cannabinoids to put the body in balance. So these receptors, CB1 and CB2, are found in major organs and glands. But the research that is now coming out as to why people are overweight for many reasons, but as the endocannabinoid system, the CB1 receptors are found in many overweight people because of their overactivity. So what we need to do is bring the body back in balance. We need to put it in homeostasis, and that's what CBD does. So when we look at the endocannabinoid system and we look at the different organs and glands, we can see here that CBD can promote, can suppress, can put it back in balance. So when we look at the brain, when we look at the hypothalamus, It controls appetite. CBD is putting that in balance. We look at the liver. The liver can cause cholesterol dysfunction. You know, you heard about Phyllis talking about cholesterol levels being normalized. Well, there's research that shows that CBD puts that in balance. We look at the muscle, glucose uptake. It puts that in balance. The fat tissue, the pancreas, the GI tract. So every single organ that you see here in the slide is regulated by CBD through the endocannabinoid system to put it back in balance, because the research is showing is that the endocannabinoid system in most people who are overweight is overactive. It's out of balance, and we've got to put it back in balance. So phase 1 is for those who may not be ready for phase 3. You want to just slowly get acclimated to our system. Phase 1, again, gives you that emotional support. It's plant focus, where we are giving you meal plans that are giving you those healthy proteins. We are removing red meat. You're allowed to eat as a pescatarian, right? Fish, and daily movement is recommended. Phase 2, now that's a step above phase 1. Yes, you're getting that emotional support. We have coaches on hand, but it's plant-based. It is a plant-based meal plan along with weight training and cardio, but these are the products that are included with your phase 1 and phase 2. It includes our bitters. Our bitter is a tea. It stimulates healthy elimination. It promotes a flatter belly. It is a tea that doesn't contain CBD, but it is a tea that we want you, a 4-day program that we want you to first detox with. And then phase 1 and 2 includes our flat belly brew. This does include CBD. It includes a broad spectrum CBD so that those who are undergoing random drug screens at their job can safely use. This coffee burns fat. It boosts your metabolism. It increases energy. It's turning that bad fat, that white fat, into brown fat. And then the flat belly gummies, again, utilizing a broad spectrum CBD, a CBD product that can be utilized in those who have random drug screens. It curbs the appetite, it reduces cravings, and burns belly fat. So in phase 1, you're getting 1 bitter, 2 coffees, 2 gummies. In the phase 2, you're getting 2 bitters, 2 coffees, and 2 containers of the gummies. Now, we want you again to start with your bitter. It's easy. Take the tea bag out of the packaging, and you're going to place that tea bag in 32 ounces of water, boiled water, and you're going to drink 8 ounces each day for 4 days. I like to let that brew. I like to let it sit. I put it in the refrigerator, and you're good to go. It is bitter. It is organic herbs that are really helping to curb those carb and curb those sugar cravings that we all have. And then you're going to move into your meal plan. You're going to move into your movements, your exercising, and you're going to move into these other 2 products, the flat belly brew and the flat belly gummy. You're going to take 1 flat belly gummy 15 to 20 minutes before breakfast and lunch. Again, each gummy is a broad spectrum gummy. It's 50 milligrams of CBD each gummy. And then the coffee, you can drink the coffee cold, you can drink it hot, 1 to 2 scoops and 8 ounces of water. And that is something you can drink with breakfast and or lunch. Again, these products are safe if you are undergoing random drug screens at your job. So hopefully you understand why CBD is a game changer in weight loss, how CBD works. It works by helping to reduce your appetite, by turning that white fat into brown fat, that good fat. improving your metabolism, which overall decreases metabolic disorders at the same time with our meal plan and our suggested movement, you are reducing the waste. So thank you so much. I'm going to hand it back over to Melissa for the next presenter.
Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Rita. That was amazing. Give it up for Dr. Rita, ladies and gentlemen. And I do have an update to share. You know, we learn something all the time, and today we learned that if you go and like something on YouTube, it's protected by privacy for your protection. So the only way we can know if you made an attempt to connect with us is if you make a comment. So I'm gonna apologize right now, but if you go to our new video, just make sure you make a comment so that you can enter the drawing, okay? And if for some reason you can't comment, I'm gonna go ahead and mute out you, there we go. And for some reason, if you can't comment, if you send an email to info@Wakanda, because you did make that like, we'll go ahead and enter you anyway, okay? So just giving you that quick update, and now I'm gonna bring up our next presenter.
Melissa, I just want to add one thing because I forgot to give my testimony. My testimony was that I completed the 21-day cleanse about 3 weeks ago. And as Dr. Eric Prince stated, yes, I'm a vegan now. I feel amazing. I got rid of 10 pounds of waste. I increased my energy. I had a reduction in anxiety, and it was just an amazing program that I encourage all of you, if you're ready for phase 3, come on and join the phase 3. If not, phase 1 and 2 is a great start too. So thanks, Melissa, for allowing me to share.
Oh, that was awesome. And hey, I relate to your testimonial because I'm a blood type A. And guess what, Dr. Rita? I've been vegan as well. So
Yay!
it looks like that's our new lifestyle, okay? As a fellow blood type A, I think that's the best for us. And it's really the best for everybody, but I love the new vegan life. In fact, after doing 21 days raw, vegan cooked food is probably the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. I think I've gotten out meat out of my system just by doing 21 days raw. I don't even crave any meat at all. Okay, so that's the amazing part about it. So thank you for that. And so I'm going to bring up our next presenter, and this is one of our diamond dispensary owners with Wakanda. He's someone who is an entrepreneur. He is a husband, he's a father, and he's truly amazing because he's leading the pack with all of our different things that's happening. He's always there to help us in every capacity. So Willie Mooney, if you can go ahead and take it away.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, founders. How's everybody out there? I see it's like 127. I saw up to 130 people out there. Well, let me give you an eyeful. Yes, what you're seeing on the screen is exactly what it is. And I'm not finished showing you. Whoa, man, didn't that hit you like? Let me share with you all. Yeah, I've been hiding it for a very, very long time. Looks like I'm pregnant, right, with about twins. Well, I tell you all, for years and years, I have been trying to, being a cancer survivor, you know, have been trying to get back to the years of where my body was doing with exactly what I wanted it to do. So I've tried so many different programs, and it's amazing that sometimes the solution is right there in front of us. And so Dr. Eric is my fraternity brother that I've been knowing for over 25 years. But you know how things kind of go. We never really talk about some of the things that we need to talk about. And he never addressed the elephant in the room, which was my gut. I mean, he might have said, Mooney, you know, well, he really wasn't on me like that. But we all ran from Eric because we knew what it was that he did. And none of us wanted to be vegan. All of us love meat. We wasn't trying to hear that talk that he normally talks about, and we respected each other's space. But not by coincidence, I ended up calling my frat brother by the dispensary. I was like, man, just come on by, support, just check me out, you know. And Eric ended up getting in a conversation with Phyllis and Melissa. So I go off to do a presentation, come back, and I see everybody hugging. I'm like, what's going on? I was like, oh no. You mean to tell me we about to take on this guy in this program? No. But I tell you, the results that you see on that screen, you all, is exactly what happened. Well, not with myself, but all of the people that Melissa showed you on the screen. Now, you saw Dr. Rita presented our disclaimer. We will present it again. You can go on our website. The same disclaimers are there. We don't make any claims to treat, mitigate, cure any diagnosis or any disease. If you're under doctor's meds or under medication, under prescription drugs, you should talk with your doctor before consuming any nutritional supplements. But I would say the same thing you should do when you go to GNC looking for whatever you're looking for. So what are we talking about right now? Pretty much what Wakanda is sharing with you, just like I was shared with by my frat brother Eric, by Melissa Boston, and we've been on this journey for a while, trying to get the formula. And it's just so fortunate that we know that everybody will not start in the same place, but there's a place to start. You don't have to stay where you are. So this is why you see three phases. You see phase one, which is being plant focused, but there's still some meat protein or fish protein, but the highest qualities. And we point that out to you. We also show you, according to your blood type, what foods are good and what foods aren't good for you. Another thing that I love is that we can evolve. So phase two, I skipped over phase two because we didn't have a phase three at the time we had the phase two. So when we got the phase three, I skipped over phase three. But let me tell you, some people will take the challenge and say, you know what, I'm ready to get rid of meat, but I'm not ready to go all raw. So you may start phase two, what Dr. Rita pointed out to you, and decide, well, I still want my cooked food and I want to build myself up to the cleanse. Phase three, you all, is something that's amazing. That's where you saw majority of the waste. I mean, talk about waste. Eric hit me with so many different concepts of actually what happens with our body. And he used this term that really stuck with me. He was like, man, you could either be a system like our regular households run, where you go to the toilet and you could just let it flow and it goes where it's supposed to go, into the sewage system. He said, or you can set up and be a porta potty and just let your body sit in one place and constantly dump into it and wait for somebody to come and clean it up. I'm like, man, that's nasty. You just nasty. But anyway, but you are phase one, phase two, phase three. These are the packages. And some of you may wonder, well, is there any additional help? Well, man, just like my God, I know that he always sends help. And I know that we wouldn't put together, our CEO and our founders, our company wouldn't put together a system without support, without help. So I want to talk about some of those additional tools that you can use. Right now on the screen, you could actually take your camera. You can scan over that bar. You can open up your camera, and without taking a photo, just sit that phone on top of that barcode. It'll take you straight to our website, flatbellylifestyle.com, where you can download a free ebook and you can start to glean some of the information that you've heard about without paying anything. And this is what I love, to pay it forward, because some people need a couple of exposures. They actually need to see what they're stepping themselves into. So one thing that you also can do is join our community. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do this. You're going to go to that page and you're going to see Flat Belly Communities, and I'm going to repeat that to you. And this is a place where we gather, where we talk recipes, where people are actually encouraged. Some of the coaches like Eric, like Sharon, like Michael, our three original amazing coaches, are in that community. And some people who you have just saw that have completed all of their phases, you know, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, they're also in these communities. So this is a video because I know some people, you know, have to be walked through step by step. So this is a video, you all, that was created. Take a time to listen, and it'll walk you through this website step by step, and you can actually practice now. So check it out.
All right, you all, I wanted to take a moment to go through our flatbellylifestyle.com website. This website is so simple and so user-friendly. So I'm gonna go through five particular things that everyone should be looking at when you share this website. First piece of action, or first part, is to tell the person to take the pledge. This button sticks out, and I'm on my cell phone right now, so I know from the computer it'll be very easy in identifying. But the first part is to take the pledge. hit get started, look at what happens. Simple window. You all, they fill this information out and they get an email with the instructions on how to download the free ebook and go from there. And it walks them to it. Now, a person should do this whether they buy something or not. Let me point out another part of this website. I'm gonna hit the hamburger menu when, you know, the 3 lines in the upper right hand corner. You see a couple things. I want to start, but just skipping a little bit, the book online. This allows a person to go in, and if they're in the Chicagoland area, they can book their body scan in the Chicagoland area. Tuesdays and Thursdays is going to show them times that are available, and they can go there, book that, and book their, simultaneously book their scan, their blood type scan as well. Now, there is going to be a charge for that, of course, starting now. However, they can buy that online when it's come to buying the products. Let me point out another thing here. You can actually encourage people to join the community. You see flat belly communities. This is a place where they can join based off of where they see themselves starting, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, which do entail the products, right? It has actually, after they get that first free ebook, these are areas where pretty much they can actually go in, talk about what's going on with their phase, you know, how to get encouragement. It's a bonding community, right? Like a social community. They can choose one or the other. Now, one of the most important parts of this website, you all, is where you actually see the pledge, right? And under that, you see membership, contest rules, and phases. This is where a person will go step by step and receive some online coaching. So when I click on this button that says phases, look at what's open up. Grocery list, juice recipes, all different types of stuff. Not just for phase 3, but check this out. We have a phase up in here, a protocol for coaches, right? For those who are doing phase 2. And check it out, even for phase 1, they can join one of those communities. One important thing that happens, you can see I'm already a part of phase 3, but let's go in here and look at it. One thing that you will see in here is a timeline and step-by-step instructions, right? Mine says completed because I'm at 85%. I've already completed my 21-day lifestyle challenge, my lifestyle, flat belly lifestyle. However, a person brand new will see that they have 3 steps to doing an introduction, 3 steps to covering a product, 1 steps to get social. And then even if they miss all that, they can just go straight to the bottom. I don't encourage it, but even if they did, they can go straight to the bottom and get that phase 3 ebook. So you all, the website is just that simple. When you work it and you go from top to bottom, it just breaks everything down as if you're brand new. So take advantage of that, share that with your people, and you all just guide them to the website, flatbellylifestyle.com. Follow those instructions, and everyone will be Hakuna Matata. No worries. They'll get all the instructions that they need while being on this challenge. God bless.
Well, you all, so I talked about the website, and I shared it from a perspective of helping other people. So that's why you actually heard me saying what you can do if you're on here. But let me talk about another part of our program, and I'm going to go through this very quickly. Coaching. I look at it as discipleship. You know, in order for them to know, how would they know if nobody tells them? And I just was speaking and texting with somebody who said, you know what? It's a wonderful program. It's a wonderful experience. It's a wonderful mandate. You know, we have a goal, you all, to actually test over 1 million people, up to 1 million people, and let them know their blood types, expose them to their blood type. A lot of people, even me, I didn't know. And that takes coaching. That takes people like Eric. That takes people like Sharon. That takes people like Michael. How does that particularly work? Well, there are 5 requirements to be a coach. We have a whole program. And what you can do is purchase a coaching wellness pack. You know, now this isn't for everybody, but it may be for you because you love helping people. You love that you're watching and you're seeing people's lives are being changed. And Eric has been doing it for over 10 years, even though I chose not to listen. But there needed to be somebody to share it with him that eventually got it to me. So you have to, it's mandatory that you complete the 21-day cleanse, attend a wellness coaching certification, Bile Scan training. Yes, the equipment that Eric and Melissa talked about, you actually get trained with that equipment, and it actually comes with the package, and pass an exam and certification. This is something that we take very seriously. Here's a picture. Please feel free to take a picture of this actual pack if you're interested. It includes, as you see, the Bile Scan. Yes, it includes the physical Bile Scan, the blood type testing kits, some of them, so you can get used to doing that. And like I said, you'll be trained on all of this. We do it actually through the dispensary, and we do it online since we are in a virtual community right now due to COVID. But there's no way, no how that anything will stop us from going forward and sharing this mandate. So why is this important? It's important because this is new information. People who you heard Eric talk about scanning on a microcellular level and breaking it down as a naturopath. I can appreciate that information because a lot of times you can go to the doctor, sit in that exam room, see the nurse practitioner, get the prescription, go home, and still not know what the hell is going on. And that's just not good enough. So with that Bile Scan, and even in, learning how to do it yourself or just sitting at the table, you can actually help somebody find out what's going on, or you too actually find out what's going on with you. So there's a compensation, and I appreciate our CEO for looking out for those who are on the ground floor. So there's a compensation. I won't go through the whole compensation plan. It's not the place, it's not the time, but I want to let you know that I believe that there's nothing wrong with helping people, and there's nothing wrong to get paid to do it, especially when you know that it's some of the people that are waiting for you to help them. And think about how many times that you have watched a person and not be able to help them or give them any sound advice to get a resolution. So what are your next steps right now? If you're somebody like myself who needed or desired a change, desired some type of transformation, desired, as you saw, man, maybe you want to actually feel like what it feels like back when you were in high school. Maybe you don't want the waste in your body. Maybe you don't want to be a porta potty. Well, step one, I would say, find out what your blood type is, and we can help you do that. Get back with the person that invited you and tell them you don't know what your blood type is and you would like to find out. And you don't have to be in the Chicagoland area to do that, right? Just get back with the person that invited you. Step two, right? Get a scan or a survey, right? Send that just reach out to the person that invited you, or go to that website. Remember, if you're in the Chicagoland area, I just showed you how to go to that website, right? Or submit documentation so we can know what's going on inside of you. And I'm sure you'll hear from Dr. Prince or any of the staff that'll let you know what's the next step. Step three, go to the website and order your products. If you already know that there's something that's going on with you, don't wait. How long have you been waiting? I have just put another picture up on Facebook that gave me a reminder just today of 2 years ago on this day of where I was. And I think I was pregnant with triplets. So with that being said, you all, like I said, the mandate is 18 months. We want to share with people and let them know what the 1 million people what their blood type is. So I'm not going to hold you any longer. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time. And thank you, Eric, and thank you, Melissa, for leading us, and the founders, Dr. Rita, Senator Pat, Phyllis Nash, and y'all know I'm giving it right back to the wonderful Melissa Boston. Thank you all.
Wow, thank you so much, Willie. I love that video. That was awesome. We can share that with everyone now. Duplication, right? And yes, I have a quick announcement because I've just been on YouTube just checking updates just so that we can see if anyone has any questions. But look at this, guys. Already we have over 159 views, 51 likes. But remember, the comments are going to enter you in the drawing for the $500 product giveaway, okay? And so look at all these comments, guys. And Willie, I just thought of something. This YouTube page, it's going to be a phenomenal way for you to share this, because if you have people go watch that video and they sit here and they read these comments. I'm reading these comments, and they're just sharing how they've lost weight, they've dropped their cholesterol. I mean, this is a game changer. All of these comments already, and this is day one. We just dropped that video a couple hours ago. So this is getting exciting, guys. You know, with that being said, I do know we did want to allow those who wanted to stay a little extra to see if there were any critical questions. Perhaps if Eric is still on, answer maybe 2 questions, and then we'll wrap it up. Is that cool, Willie?
Yeah, that's perfect. If he's still there.
And I
Eric,
think one of the questions from Crystal is probably a really good question, because that might be a little bit on everyone's mind as it relates to the regular product line when you're on phase 3. And so Eric, I know we went over this before regarding the coffee and the gummies, but tinctures, guys, tinctures, because many of you are dealing with problems and chronic issues. Dr. Rita, talked about the power of CBD, but we want you to know your tincture, whether it's your Hemp MD or your Hemprania, they're perfectly fine. Definitely talk with your coach, but it's the gummies and the coffee primarily that are the concern, because those are not raw products. Remember, you're on a 21-day raw cleanse. So that means no cooked products, no products that are heated above 105 degrees, right? So with that being said, let's bring up Dr. Eric and let's see if there's any more questions.
So Eric, I see your camera is on, but I don't see you.
You don't see me?
Okay, there you go. I don't hear you. There you go.
There we go. So yeah, if there aren't any questions out there, feel free. This is a good time. We got it.
So speaking on the products, the CBD products, Eric, the tincture, there was a question in regards to the tincture, the gummies. While we're on the 21-day cleanse, give us the spill on that. Give us the breakdown.
Well, what's going to happen is that what's happening now is that people that are actually coming off the cleanse, a couple of them have gone back to certain of the products, and they found out that they was a little stronger than normal. And that's because when you cleanse, your body becomes resensitized. So therefore, you want to remove a lot of variables in the beginning. You're going from not eating anything and drinking anything to just adding the pertinent things to the cleanse in order to control the variables, in order to make sure the body is getting rid of what it needs to. And that's why when people come back and they start drinking like regular coffee, they realize, wow, my regular cup, I can only do a half of it or a fourth of it now because it's so strong. And that's like with anything. Once you come off the cleanse, you're going to be more sensitive now to some of the things that you was eating on a regular basis, but now you're starting to have a few reactions here and there. That doesn't mean that's something that's happening because of your blood type. What it means is that your body is now back to having its alert on. So now it's alert, it's sensitive, and it's going to start protecting you as it was supposed to protect you from the very beginning. So that's why we want to keep all the variables in a thin line.
Okay.
Let's clarify phase 3, Dr. Prince, because that's the question. So bitters, gummies, coffee, those are what's off the table in phase 3. Your pain cream and your tinctures you can take in phase 3. That's what we're trying to clarify.
Gotcha.
And okay, so that's correct. The pain cream and the tincture, but not the coffee, correct, on phase 3.
Right.
Okay.
Right, because some people have slight headaches during the first few days, and I think even Sharon had, used some of the pain cream on her temples, in order to soothe the headache. So yeah, that's okay.
Okay, I love it. Any other questions? I'm watching the chat. So you heard it, phase 3, no coffee. And you heard that actually once you come off of phase 3, some of the symptoms of, we heard that someone, Dr. Erica, had passed information that their blood pressure may have went up after maybe taking some products, maybe taking the coffee. Is it because of their body was so sensitive? Not necessarily that our products have high caffeine, but is it because their body was so sensitive, or what do you?
Well, yeah, it is. The body does become sensitive, even when what you would normally put on, salt on certain food, you becomes more sensitive to the taste of salt, the taste of sugar. Your whole body becomes resensitized. So that's why it's important, not to go back to you can't go back to the old amounts, the old measurements, the old way of eating, because your body's in a new place. So now that's when you want to investigate your blood type, because now you can investigate foods and you can ascertain if they are compatible or if they're not compatible, because even the blood type diet, you know, you have to test it yourself. Some things may be exceptions on there, but for different people.
Got it. So it's pretty much makes sense of what Dr. Rita have always pretty much said is like starting all over, start from the beginning, start low and start slow.
Right. That's what, and this is what we mean by resetting your system. Because if we don't reset our systems, they crash. And that's what's happening. Our systems are crashing. So if we don't reset it, this is the process of resetting the immune system, the digestive system, and resetting just your mind itself. And we just, this is a redemption. So it's like a redemptive process, to be perfectly honest with you. We're redeeming this body from all the stuff that we didn't know and all the damage that we've done to it.
Okay. All right. So I see a lot of questions. You heard him address the products of when and when not. You've heard Dr. Rita speak about the products of the coffee, the gummies, and when those, but the raw cleanse, the 21-day cleanse is all raw. And it's a total reset. So we have to be very careful and sensitive as we reapproach. Now, I have reapproached. I've had my pre-rolls, and I tell you, Eric is 100. I asked him a question so it wouldn't just be from my perspective, but my pre-roll, my tincture, I love it even more, because now it only takes, it takes a little bit, and my body is absorbing it. You know, I would add some more information, but I don't want to incriminate Dr. Eric. Because his system is sensitive as a baby, y'all. But let's see. I saw one that it really stuck out, just to throw it out there because we are talking about blood type. So for blood type A, I like this one. Now, I'm a blood type B positive. Now, I know I can have catfish, but just, you know, because this person Rashawn is acknowledging it. He said, for blood type A, why is catfish not good? Now, that's a good one. I can't answer that. What you got?
Well, first of all, I got to come from this perspective. You set yourself up for this question.
Now, I didn't ask the question, though.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm talking who was his name, Rashawn? I want to make sure I'm addressing the right person. First of all, catfish was never allowed, even from scriptural times. It was always a scavenger. And one, it doesn't matter if you're blood type AB or AB. The fact is that catfish is a bottom feeder. Okay. And so it may be okay to some blood types, but not okay to the other ones. But nonetheless, even it's saying, why are we going plant-based for your blood type when there are certain meats that are okay for blood type O? You see what I'm saying? What we're doing is we're shifting people towards that which is going to give them the cleanest body. And so for some people, catfish may agree with their system and they may not agree. But the bottom line is that once you go back to blood type A, then yeah, you're going back more to agriculture. You're getting away from a lot of the meats, even the fish.
I love it. Okay, and you pointed out our CEO. She can definitely agree with you because she is a blood type A. So you know what, now this is what I'm really appreciating, and I gotta bust you out because it is, you know, I'm looking at our CEO, I'm looking at our CSO, I'm looking at our CMO, I've seen our CFO, and it's like Benjamin Buttons around here, right? I mean, this age reversal thing, seriously. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, I'll let y'all do that. But let me ask, you know, I could ask you, you never ask a woman, how old are you, my brother?
I am 52 years young. 52 years young. Yeah, May 17th, I'll be 53 years young. So I will have taken 53 trips around that big old sun.
Wow.
Shut the front door.
Hey, who was that?
53 years young. Wow.
That's Rashawn, man. I don't believe it, man. I can't believe it.
Right, I'm past a half a century.
But I'm like, he did, you all, when we were in college. And like I say, you see Dr. Rita, you see Melissa Boston, you see Phyllis Nash, you see every, Senator Pat, you see all, and they are killing it. And why? Is because they made a decision, they made a choice. So we're not going to hold you all any longer. I think
there was a question out there, Mooney.
The one last question about diabetics, I think, right, Dr. Eric?
Mm-hmm. What was the question?
It said, what about diabetics? Is it safe
for diabetics on insulin?
No, actually, it's here's the thing about insulin. Insulin actually causes you to gain weight. We used to think that obesity was a calorie issue, but obesity is not a calorie issue. It's a hormonal issue. And so insulin is not even treating diabetes properly. So that's the first thing you come off. If you're on metformin, that's the second thing you come off. Ultimately, what you want to do if you're diabetic type 2 is you want to repair the pancreas totally. That's what this is all about. This isn't about managing and which management is better. It's about eradicating the necessary need for management or treatment. And then educating more medical doctors, more nurses, so that we can have that bridge between holistic health and allopathic health as we're doing now. And so that's why it's important to understand that this process is about regenerating your organs. How did your organ work when you didn't have medication? Well, that's what we need to get back to. You see, and that's what this reversal is all about.
Now, let me tell you, this is not normal, you all. Let me tell you, the way that Eric is speaking and speaking from experience is the same way that Wakanda Dr. Rita has been speaking from the very beginning. And this is why with Wakanda, you've seen lives changing, not just financially, but health. These pillars are changing, and we've been introduced to something that's actually a movement in the community. And that's what makes Wakanda Wakanda. So you saw the movie about everybody coming together, and you actually got the feel of a movement, right? Just from the movie. Now, I'm not saying we're anything like the movie. I'm going to say we're better than the movie. Because what you see happening here and all of the people that are coming to table, Eric is a formulator, all of the people that we've actually seen gain something prosperous out of what is happening. We are living according to the vision and the mission that our CEO and our founders put together. So if you don't know it, go to the website, check it out. Go to flatbellylifestyle.com, you all. And as we always say, I'm going to close us out. We are the most reputable cannabis company in the whole entire world. And we will see you at what? The top, the very top, the tip top. Love you. Love you all. Have a great day.
Guys.
All right. Goodbye.
Thank you all.
Good night.
Good night.